Hello. Today I am talking about this novel, Wonder, by R.J. Palacio. It really is a book that is, upside down. It really is a book that is about lessons on kindness, what it means to fit in, blend in, what it means to stand out. On the front of the book, it says, you can't blend in when you were born to stand out. And I think the book has a lot of huge wisdom within it. And we're going to talk about that and why, even though it's a book that is aimed at young people, it still has a huge amount of value to offer you as an English learner. And it's a book that allows really interesting conversations to come out from the ideas within it. Hello, if we haven't met, my name is Sarah from Free Your English. Here on this channel, I aim to help you fall in love with reading and speaking more in English. So you're in the right place if you would like to do that. The premise of the book is that Augie is going to school for the first time at 10 years old because he's been homeschooled due to having to have a series of operations. He has a visible difference, a facial difference, and he is concerned about that as he enters his school life. And we see his journey through 6 different viewpoints. So there are 6 characters that share their unique voice that come together to create the story. And I love the way that it's written like that because it really gives us this beautiful insight into more than one voice, more than one character. You might be sat here thinking, yes, but I'm not a child. I'm not 11 years old and I'm not in a classroom, so why would I read this? And I would say, do not discount this book because it is young adult fiction and it is at a slightly lower reading level. I would say it's at an A2 to B1 reading level, and I know for most of my audience that's watching this, that's a very low reading level. But I would encourage you to occasionally read books like this, which are a quick and easy read, to allow yourself to get into that habit of reading a lot. So I always encourage people to mix up what they are reading, the style, the genre, even the difficulty level. And while this is slightly at a lower rating, a lower level, A2, B1, there's a lot of really useful vocabulary in it, especially the more colloquial vocabulary that you can really tease out and find valuable. And it does have really big, complex themes within it, which lend itself really well to some quite interesting discussion, which is why I picked it as the May 2026 pick for the Read to Speak book club. One of the things I love about the book is that there's a teacher in the book who has his class write about a precept each month. Now, a precept is an informal life rule that it would benefit you to live by. And this teacher has them write about a precept and also share their precepts. It's just another way that the author brings in these kind of aspects of guidance towards how you can be a kinder person. One of the precepts that I love is, it's not enough to be friendly, you have to be a friend. It's not enough to be friendly, you have to be a friend. There is a collection of precepts in the book, and I think that would be another interesting thing that you could do, is to read the precept out and then describe what you feel that precept or life rule is teaching. So it's not enough to be friendly, you have to be a friend. To me, it's speaking to the fact that there's a big difference between being polite and going that extra step to consider what the other person might need from you in order to feel safe and accepted and to feel a connection to you, to create a friendship. And that it's very easy to be polite, but it takes a lot more effort and dedication to be kind and to create friendships. I don't know, what do you think that means? It's not enough to be friendly, you need to be a friend. Tell me in the comments. Or if you've read the book, tell me what is your favourite precept. One thing I'll say about the book is it doesn't shy away from the difficult topic that it is based upon. And that's what makes it really impactful, is that it faces it really head on. The opening lines state, "I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox, stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go." So it's very emotionally impactful. These are big themes that come up around being excluded, dealing with bullying, dealing with harassment, feeling afraid to be yourself. And these are things that unfortunately don't end when you leave school and go into the big, wide adult world. These are things that we deal with, each of us, as humans. And so, yeah, it's very emotionally impactful. So much so that it was made into a really huge blockbuster film with Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts. And I think that would be an interesting task for your English, would be to read the book, come to the book club and talk about it, and then also watch the film and compare the two, maybe record yourself comparing the two. I always love to do that, making sure that I read the book first so that I give myself the chance to allow my own imagination to connect with the characters before I watch the film. The other thing I would say is that if you have children who are learning English and are at an A2, B1 level or even above, then it's a really beautiful book to read together and to discuss together. I think there's something extremely powerful about reading the same books that your kids are reading, and then maybe not sitting down and having like a whole book club session, but just asking them some questions about, how did you feel when that happened to that character, or did you agree with what they said, and just sort of teasing out the main ideas of the book. It's a great chance to have really powerful teachable moments with your children, and of course to connect over enjoying the same book. So yes, I highly recommend this book. I would love to know what you think if you end up reading it or watching the film. Share with me in the comments, and thanks for watching.